welcome back to Mid-Suffolk, and I brought you here to this field of winter barley. It's the variety Cassia. It's a 2-row feed and it's looking fairly reasonable considering the conditions that we've had over winter. You can see by the patchy colouring within the crop that it has been struggling a little with the wet conditions. Barley doesn't like wet feet, and it's not too badly soil structured here or drained, but it's not been particularly happy. Hopefully the warmer conditions will come soon and things will dry out, and all the time it's starting to look a little bit greener. Some of the green striping in here as well, which you might see, is due to wheat volunteers, which is not good, but it is a field of feed crops, so not really the end of the world. We have already treated this crop with its first nitrogen and sulphur dose, and it will be having another application of that towards the end of the month, or fairly soon really, as soon as we can start to travel sensibly again. It's also had some manganese. This field isn't particularly prone to manganese deficiency, it's relatively heavy, but we do have areas within the field that do show up some of the symptoms, and therefore like to treat to alleviate those. It'll be getting some more manganese in with some of the tank mixes that are coming up soon as well. So looking down into the crop, you can see things looking relatively good. The new growth is green and quite clean. We've got some yellowing on the outer leaves. Sort of overwintering has led to a little bit of senescence of those lower leaves, but that's quite normal. It's Cassia, so it's a little bit prone to rhynchosporium. Can't really see much sign of that at this stage. Mainly mildew really that's evident on those sort of lower leaves. Nothing really to worry about at this stage. So in terms of what's coming up in terms of the applications that we're going to make here, there's quite a lot to do in a short space of time on barley, and we had to fit together some tank mixes that will allow us to do all those jobs without sort of putting on too heavy a tank mix in one go. So I think what we'll do first here is an axial application. We need to do something just to control the odd blackgrass and wild oat here, and so that needs to be done before row closure, so fairly soon, just waiting for a little bit more warmth. And then we shall need to think about the first dose of chlormicot, early stem extension, and some broadleaf weed herbicide as well, and some fungicide. So all those things got to be factored in a relatively short space of time. The broadleaf weed situation is actually quite clean, so I may well just keep an eye on this and see how that pans out. We did put a pre-em on here of Liberator and pendimethalin, and it seems to have done quite a good job this season. In terms of the fungicide, well, there are various options that we can do. We've got quite good yield potential here, so we might do something like a Siltra X Pro, or perhaps we might do a Proline plus Bontima mix. There are plenty of options out there. Okay, so I think that's all from here. See how things go.